that better slower. I'm going to keep the slower tempo. I'm also going to highlight the più lento at the end and also the rick because I didn't do enough. And I'm also going to highlight that turn because I know I didn't execute it the way I wanted to. And there was one other spot. I was a bit early out of this trill, so I want to be sure to come back to that. And I know there were a couple other things that I want to work on. One thing I did that I think I want to keep is I'm going to put no breaths between each of these little descents in the cadenza and only take this one here. So that it kind of joins these three kind of descending scales into one like branch, arm section of the cadenza, and then separate them from this big ascending chromatic scale. So let's go back at the top. I'm going to put the metronome on for a bit. I didn't take my breath there. I do want a nice big breath there. I don't want to ignore it. I was running out of air there. Let's see. I don't think I need another breath. I think I just need to manage that breath better. I want to go to the beginning one more time. Oh, I do not want to articulate that. I want to kind of keep moving into it, definitely crescendo into it, and have a nice smooth slur between the E and the C sharp. So I think I'm going to try and make that E as long and nice as possible, but in case I'm running out of air, I'm going to put a little bit of a taper on that last measure. And I do want to take that nice big breath there. Breath. I keep taking it, but I don't think I need it. So I'm going to mark that out. I mean, it wasn't there to begin with, but I want to make sure I don't breathe there. Oops. This is that one. I keep expecting it to just be chromatic, and it's not. So I want to make sure that I kind of see it as these two separate things. We have a little bit of a chromatic descent, but then it changes because we go from the C sharp to the B, and then we have that turnaround. So I don't want to miss that at all. So I'm going to start right there at the cadenzas. This is that spot I really want to work. So I'm going to put parentheses around this measure because I feel like this is the biggest spot. Now, I'm not a big fan of turns to begin with. Sometimes I feel like they're quite intuitive, but anytime they're on the and, I always struggle with placing them. what I'm doing is I've been too long off the A, so I want to make sure that I get off the A quickly and move on to the turn and to the B. So let's go back a little bit and try that in context. I think as long as I don't get too clunky with it, it'll be okay, but it is sounding a bit clunky right now. Let's see if I can make that better. So let's talk about that fingering there. So I need the right hand D sharp, left hand C sharp, right hand B, left hand B sharp, right hand D sharp, which I think I kind of made it through that section before, but it definitely wasn't technically ideal. And that'll be left hand and then right hand. Let me try that slowly. There we go. Not so bad, now that I've got it sorted. Oh, that's the other thing. I want to make sure that those two E's are both clean. Yeah, those got better. The trills aren't terribly tricky. That was just, I think I was trying to rush them. And there was that little bit of a war in my brain between the part of me that wanted to rush through them and the part of me that acknowledged that that was not correct and wanted to kind of rein it in. Let's do that whole section. Again, I'm going to go back a couple lines after that quarter note rest, after the cadenza. I did that so wrong. So this is beat 1. This is beat 2, 3, 4. I just rushed right on through that. Let's do that little section one more time. I did that incorrectly before too. I do want to take that breath, and I don't want to hold the A too long because it's normal. It's only the E that has the fermata. So let me get into that section one more time. Let me turn off the metronome for this. Okay, so I did want that to kind of line up. I don't want it to get too weird. So I like to treat, when I'm working on a place like this, it's got kind of a funny fermata and I've got to come out of it in time. I like to practice that time fluctuation with the metronome to make sure it's kind of mathematically correct or that it sounds like it makes sense. course I want to slow that down. Yeah, and it's got a nice quiet ending. I'm gonna go ahead and add some hairpins there because that's what's on the height, and I think that is needed. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. And now I want to focus a bit more on phrasing because I think there are some places where I can add some more markings to make it sound a bit nicer. I'm going to go without the metronome for a bit now. Try and bring a little bit more of this natural rubato. So I think we've got enough markings to work with there. I want the beginning, I think, to start mezzo piano-ish. So I think that was about what I did, and I liked it. Twice now where I haven't quite, no, more than twice now where I haven't quite been able to make that phrase. So I do need to implement a little breath. I think I'm going to put it here. Let's try that. No, I need to go back a bit further. That'll work much better because I do want to make sure I can end that phrase nicely. Now I do think I want a bit of crescendo here, leading into this longer, bigger crescendo. And I was running out of air a little bit there, so I need to make sure I get a nice big breath here. But I might need to put a little emergency top-up breath in there somewhere. Yeah, I did that better that time as well because this is a crescendo or a part of the cadenza that really gets softer, and I think the temptation is to get louder in a couple places, and I think I don't want to crescendo until I get here. Yeah, I think that'll make more sense. I do that little section one more time. Yeah, I think I had the right idea dynamic-wise, even though my fingers stumbled a little bit. Yeah, I think that was better. Let me do that whole stretch one more time. My pacing was okay through there, but that was not a nice squeak at all. Let's do that one more time. Better. I don't want to over count that B half note though. I think I feel tempted to hold it longer than it should be. So I want to make sure I rein that in. But I think pacing through the cadenza was better that time. Let's pick it up after the cadenza and keep going. Oh, I messed up the timing again. I need to make sure I'm on top of my counting through there. Better, but still not great. Okay, but I messed up my notes through here. So let me do that one more time. I'm gonna take a breath here. I think I did it before and I didn't mark it, and I think a breath there to kind of realign, recalibrate will help me get through that section. Go back and do, I think I'm gonna do that chunk one more time. It's definitely getting better, but I don't know that I have it at 100% yet. That first trill, I need to make sure I don't hold it too long. So I'm going to write my ticks in where the metronome would click to make sure I'm counting. It's getting better. There have been a couple times I played through there and I quite liked it, but then a couple times where it just doesn't quite go the way I want it to. I'm going to go through that one more time. definitely think it's kind of one of those sections where if you think about it too much, you're going to make a mistake. It should sound the way like your musical intuition thinks it should sound. I know it's easy to get bogged down in like the counting and the precision and reading the page. And I definitely think that's important, and that's where you should start. But I think once you get more familiar, this is one of those places you have to remind yourself to just play the music and not like worry too much about what it looks like on the page, because it makes sense. I'm going to need that breath, and I didn't take it, so let's write that in. I'm going to go back to the beginning of that section one more time. I'm going to work on that ending some more. But I was just thinking here, this last little bit recaps the beginning. And I'm thinking about like this measure right here and measure 3. And they're almost identical, except one has like the turn written out and one has it shorthand. And I definitely did a B natural when it was shorthand. So I don't know, is it written out the first time because it's meant to be a B sharp there, but a B natural later? Or did I just play it wrong? So I'm going to try it this time with the B sharp because I think that's what's meant to happen. So I'm going to put that right there just so I don't forget. And then I'm going to remind myself that that there is a B natural. So I'm going to go at the start of this little recap one more time. Yeah, I think that's what's supposed to happen. That ending was better too. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play it once more from the top. And overall, I do like this slower tempo better. I know it's not what is written in the height edition, but I think it suits it better. I was even getting a bit slower, I think, towards the end there, but I feel like this one, as long as you keep it musical and keep it interesting, it's okay to go for a slower interpretation.